trying to get to this Tommy Tuberville sound, and I will keep trying to get to this Knicks all-decade team because I believe I'm pretty surprised, Stugotz, that you still don't have a shooting guard when.
No, I found my shooting guard. I mean, it might not be the shooting guard.
No, it has to be. It's got to be. No, it's got to be funny because Mike said it was obvious. Mike said that there is no question about how obvious it is.
Having had some time to really think about it, I wrote down my first team, my second team, all-decade team for the Knicks. It is obvious.
Well, so your shooting guard is someone you would laugh at.
I would laugh at, yes, but unfortunately for me and all Knicks fans, it's obvious.
Okay.
But also someone we would all laugh at. Yeah,
that's right. All right. So it's J.R. Smith. It's obviously and eternally and forever J.R. Smith.
The idea that you guys would laugh at J.R. Smith being on the all-decade team, someone who one day's number may be hanging in the rafters, is laughable.
Let's get to the remainder of this all-Knicks team. I know we need Chris Cody, but he's walking to the ocean. We're going to have to do it without him. I'm sure someone else can competently call it up on the internet so that we don't have to deal with any more of his failure or fellow employees falling on the ground laughing.
I have it open. I'm Chris Cody, ESPN.
You can do everyone's job around here better than anyone. Yeah, you're able to impersonate every single person on this show. You could absolutely do What happened, Roy? You don't think he can impersonate you?
No.
Oh, I think he can.
Try it.
It's none of your damn business.
All right. He's right. Yeah.
One day you should do the entire show by yourself as all the characters.
I would watch that. I would absolutely watch that.
You can pull it off, Bill.
So what is
Let's do it tomorrow.
Next segment? What are you talking about? Tomorrow?
Perfect.
You ready to do it yet?
I'm going to head to the
What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Starting now.
At Batard Show is where you vote for the polls on Twitter, and I want to get to this all-decade team. What are you laughing about, Roy?
He has to do those. He's got to do those.
He hasn't gotten around to it. He can do everybody else's job just on his own.
Not his own.
He's too busy doing everyone else's. For the radio audience, Dan has fallen off his chair and is on the floor underneath the desk.
Hold on, Stugotz, hold on.
Rooting for Billy to fail.
Hold on, Stugotz. Ray had a good point about being paralyzed.
Don't lash out at me. Don't lash out in this direction.
I didn't ask for any of this.
I didn't ask for any of this.
Super
So
Bowl.
you realize he just said that on air, right?
No. He was doing my job.
He was doing yours too, yes. And you didn't realize your job was being done for you yet again. Yet again.
Aqua.
So help me out here, Billy, with the all-decade team for the Knicks. How do you guys want to do this in terms of Stugotz's guesses versus what the actual list is?
Well, we have a definitive list, right? SNY. So I guess I have to try to match that list. So I'll take a stab at it, right? And Billy will tell me if I'm
right.
right.
So if you're just joining us, we were laughing at this stupid Spike Lee story and how First Take basically inflamed with Spike Lee's help, inflamed a situation that is spectacularly stupid and that seems to be just a celebrity complaining for a whole lot of time about not being allowed secret extra access that the Knicks are saying no one would be allowed to partake in, and then just burying Spike Lee in a press release. I don't even know how you take another side on how can you defend Spike Lee after that press release. I know the Knicks don't have any credibility, and I know Knicks PR is a total nightmare, but when you beef with your lead fan that way, Stugotz, and you bury him,
Right.
You're sitting there providing photographic evidence that he's not telling the truth.
Well, they're responding to Spike trying to bury them. I mean, that's what they were doing. They were defending themselves. I mean, that's it. I mean, Spike came on TV trying to bury the Knicks. It was very odd, very weird over how he enters a game. Strange.
So, Billy, let's do this then. What is, because we're making fun of the Knicks and because we love making fun of the Knicks, the all-decade team is something that we believe is even funnier than any of the other embarrassments.
Well, thankfully Chris is back. So
I'm back now.
welcome back.
I can handle this. I'm Chris Cody, Fox Sports 1.
All right, let's go ahead and do this with Chris. Thank you for coming back. What do you have? So what is the center is, let's see, you want to start with the center?
So, Chris, they have a second team and a first team, right?
Correct.
All right, here's my second team. Did they do one or two coaches?
No coaches.
No
I
coaches.
told you that
They
like
already
5
mentioned
times.
that.
No, but we all agreed it's Mike Woods.
All right, so it's Mike Woodson. I had Mike Miller. It's been a heck of a run since he has taken over the Knicks
They're
here.
playing harder.
They are playing well. All right, here is my second team, all-Nick decade team, okay? I have Julius Randle at power forward. I'm starting in a weird spot.
This is his first season.
Julius Randle is not on the all-decade team?
He hasn't even been there a year.
Well, be on the next decade, all-decade team.
Last decade.
Oh, wait, 2020? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. I just put Julius Randle. He started in 2019. I figured that was enough to get him on the all-decade team. He's not there? Okay. How about Tyson Chandler? He's my second team center.
Tyson Chandler is the first team center.
What? Oh, my God.
There's no second team center for some reason. Just
All right.
They just didn't have anyone who was second to Tyson Chandler.
Who would be
as
their
the best
second team center?
I don't know.
Well, I have Amari Stoudemire as their first team all-decade center. I put him at center, not power forward.
He seems to be the honorable mention big man. He's the only big man in the honorable mention. That's the weird one to me. I thought he would have been in the first team. He's on the honorable mention.
He should be first team. I mean, that
Take it up
6-week
with
period
them.
where he was the MVP of the NBA. I mean, it was
yeah.
glorious.
I mean, if Lynn can get honorable mention for 2 weeks, you think Amari can get first team for 6.
Well, Lynn is my first team point guard. I mean, he is my point guard. He is my all-decade point guard. Listen, I am telling you, the 2 to 3 week span that we had with Jeremy Lin was the only bright spot this entire decade.
Do you want me to tell you who the starting point guard is?
Sure.
Raymond Felton.
It's great.
He was on my
Wow.
second team. He was my second team point guard.
Was it the fat incarnation of Raymond Felton?
Is there any other kind?
All right, my shooting guard was J.R. Smith. We discussed that. My small forward, this is the first team here, was Carmelo. That's obvious. Power forward was, I actually wrote Julius Randle and scratched it out and put Porzingis. He has to be it, right?
Correct.
And my center was Amari Stoudemire.
And we already said that
Right.
it's tight. So the starting lineup for the Knicks is Raymond Felton,
Oh, boy.
J.R. Smith,
Oh, boy.
Carmelo
hold
Anthony.
on. Please, just give me a moment, okay? Allow me to gather myself. Because what we were talking about is among the embarrassments that the Knicks have had over the course of the last decade of irrelevance, whether it be Mike Woodson shaving his own eyebrows or kicking, we're not sure whether that was with the Atlanta Hawks or the New York Knicks, or kicking Charles Oakley out of a game, or what happened last week with some brand manager being on First Take and they sent out a press release saying he doesn't speak for us. Whatever you view as the embarrassments about the New York Knicks.
Phil Jackson
falling asleep on a bus. Joakim Noah showing up at Phil Jackson's house and being signed. Whatever you think the embarrassments are, I am maintaining that the Knicks all-decade team is going to be funnier in terms of shame than any item I can put in front of you. Now, you already won, I feel like, by putting – how do you pronounce his name? Prigioni?
Yeah.
Pablo Prigioni?
Yeah.
Yep, 4 points per game.
That's
with the Knicks.
staggering that he's actually on honorable mention.
There is one on honorable mention that we got to save for last.
Yeah,
Really bring it
basically, we've already revealed 3 of the 5 on honorable mention: Jeremy Lin, Stoudemire, and Prigioni. The other 2 are worse than Prigioni, I think.
Okay,
in my mind.
well then we will finish with that. Just give me in general the all-decade first team for the New York Knicks. Do it slowly so we can drink every person in.
At point guard, Raymond Felton. At the 2 guard, J.R. Smith. At small forward, Carmelo Anthony. Power forward, Kristaps Porzingis. And the center, your favorite and mine, Tyson Chandler.
Funny
Chris
list.
Cody, ESPN.
So go ahead and now give us
Does that team make the playoffs?
No, not for a decade.
So go ahead and give us just the final two names that we're going to put on this list of Knicks shame and pain and embarrassment. So you've give us again the other three honorable mention that we've covered.
We have at point guard, Jeremy Lin. At power forward, Amare Stoudemire. For some reason, another point guard, Pablo Prigioni. At two guard, Steve Novak.
He was on my second team, Steve Novak.
Oh, no. He made like 6 threes one time, and he made the all-decade honorable mention.
At small forward, a guy I'd never heard of, Lance Thomas. I'm Chris Cody, ESPN.
Aquí lo que importa es el catch.
In 5 seasons with the Knicks, Lance Thomas averaged 2.6 rebounds per game.
So good. Advance Auto Parts, Stugotz. Tell the people why they need to be supporting the people who support us.
You may not be able to run, throw, or catch like a professional athlete, but now that it's spring, you can get your lawn looking like a professional sports field, assuming your lawn gear will start, that is. Stop by Advance Auto Parts. They'll test your lawn and garden battery for free. If it needs to be replaced, they have Autocraft lawn and garden batteries starting at just $22.99. Plus, enter the code DAN20 when you buy online to save 20%. That's DAN20 when you buy online. Think ahead. Think advance only at Advance Auto Parts.
We constantly stumble into excellence.
It's college basketball season, and that means the Wendy's Wooden Watch is on. Go to ESPN.com and search Wooden Watch for the list of the Wooden Award late season top 20 nominees to watch as this season rolls on. Keep an eye out for Kansas center Udoka Azubuike, I think. Senior leads the Big 12 in rebounds per game at 10.3, field goal percentage at 74%. Also, Azubuike is second in the conference in blocks at 2.6. The Wooden Watch is brought to you by Wendy's, proud sponsor of the 2020 John R. Wooden Men's and Women's Player of the Year.
So, Alex Rodriguez, and this is something out of comedy, right? It really is. It's an amazing thing, an evolution in that sport, that Alex Rodriguez, while covering the cheating scandal, is getting paid to cover a cheating scandal when he has lost so much money in a cheating scandal, the likes of which the Astros, we haven't seen something like the Astros since A-Rod. That was the last one that looked like this. And now A-Rod has reinvented himself at the side of Jennifer Lopez and is now casting down from on high opinions on how it is that baseball can improve itself. So what is this sound that we have? It's during a spring training game, and A-Rod is giving his opinion on the cheating?
Yeah, which is something that I'm obviously interested in. And like any snarky person, I listen to this to try to find, okay, where's the hypocrite showing his face? And it was actually awesome. Yeah. I stopped what I was doing for 90 seconds.
Yeah, he should be the commissioner.
Yes.
Of the world.
Yep.
It was incredible, and this just further cements the greatest turnaround in public relations history. I'm going to play the sound from this broadcast last night on the topics of the Astros, but it's actually more about A-Rod himself, and damn it, this dude isn't likable now.
I think the one thing that really has upset the fans is you cheat, you win a championship, there is no suspension, and then there's no remorse. And the last one, I think, is probably the worst one because people want to see remorse. They want a real, authentic apology, and they have not received that thus far. And I can just tell you this, Matty, from a guy who has made, as many mistakes as anybody on the biggest stage. I served the longest suspension in Major League Baseball history. You know, it cost me well over $35 million. And you know what? I deserved that. And as a result, I came back. I owned it after acting like a buffoon for a long time. I had my apologies, and then I went dark. And I wanted my next move to be